I welcome everybody to today's session. I am Sitaram. I've done my BTech in aerospace engineering. Right now, I'm working at ICICI Bank as management trainee. Today, we'll be talking about basic finance, that is investing 101, like what any beginner who wants to get into the world of stock market uh, would necessarily understand what he or she have to do before starting off. Um, so starting with so we will be covering uh, the basic things like is stock market risky, and what is the ideal return you can expect from the stock market, and the very basic thing, and I usually get this question is how much should we start off with, and what would be the process like, and also how does stock market works, uh, in the sense how it functions, why does price go up and down, and who actually buys the shares or who is selling the shares. Would you actually get the buyer when you're selling, or would you be able to sell, and if you will be able to find the buyer or not, all these things, and most importantly, where can you learn about stock market. So after this session, you will be enough confident to start off with stock market. So let's get started. So everyone who listens the word stock market generally gets very scary uh, of the term, because we usually hear from family that stock market would ruin you financially. Well, at the same time, we'll hear from some of our friends that I made 10K yesterday, 100, I mean like 1,000 yesterday, 50K in a day, and all. Like they'll say we are earning handsome returns, right? And also upon this, like we in our education system we were never taught the quality finance, so it's very common for us to get nervous and confused about finance, in particular stock market, correct? And but after this session I'm very sure that you will get enough confident in starting off with the investing. So coming to the first uh, point, that is stock market risky? So if assume one of your friends comes to you and says he's going to make an electrical flying car and revolutionize the way commuting works. So uh, and then he asks you to be a part of it by investing some money, and in return he would give you some ownership of his project, correct? So if he starts making the flying car and he launches his project, he have enough customers, um, he got uh, enough sales, enough people are liking it, and like so basically the assume the project is going ahead. That means the project which was valued, assume 1 million yesterday, today it would become 5 million, and similarly your ownership would have become 5 times. So your investment actually flourished. In the same way, if your friend didn't really do well, and he failed, then what would happen? Yeah, the ownership, the part that you own would actually go down. That means it's actually risky. So there is a saying that higher the risk, higher the return. So before investing into stock market, you should do due diligence before which stock to pick and all these things. Coming to the rosy side of the stock market, if you take companies such as Tata, it's been like since last, as far as I remember, before I am born, Tata is existing. It's established company. From salt to car, everything is made by Tata. So it also have like Tata Power, Tata Steel, like these are very established companies. They will never shut. I mean, like in the at least in the nearest terms, they won't shut down. So you have to see these kind of stocks, and also other examples like Reliance Industries. Even Reliance Industries is a oil and gas company which has just uh, came into telecommunications industry and revolutionized the way we communicate with each other. And the access of internet has become very good. So these are all flourishing stocks. And also, if you check out a company called Eicher Motors, it sells Royal Enfields. The Royal Enfield parent company is Eicher Motors. So the sales are touching, I mean, like breaking the roofs year on year. And if you have invested into this stock in the last 10 years, by now it like say 1,000 rupees, by now it would have been 700 crores. Might seem very, very unbelievable, but it's the fact. So Eicher Motors is one of the major, very, very good stock that you can invest into. And also like Pidilite India is another example, which is a monopoly into. So Pidilite India actually makes Fevicol and all other adhesives. So this is one of the monopoly because it captures 70% of the market share in Indian markets. So this is the flowery side. So before picking the stocks, you should be very, very careful if the stock is a good stock. Is it actually giving returns year on year very well? And definitely there is risk. If there is no risk, you cannot really make a hefty return. So risk is obviously involved. Um, Coming to the next point, that is uh, in return on investment. What can be the ideal return that you can expect out of the market? So as I already told you, one of your friend comes and says he earned 50K overnight, which is like that is a very very bad expectation that you can have out of market. So this expectation, wrong expectations only would uh, uh, get you into trouble. So the right way of expecting things is like per annum. The CAGR can be 18 to 20%. You should pick your stocks in such a way that they are fundamentally strong. As in, what I meant by fundamentally strong is that uh, you should actually check what is its market capitalization. Market capitalization in the sense, how much would you need to pay the company to own it completely. That's the market capitalization, to be very uh, simplistic. And other things like price by earnings ratio, in the sense how much price you need to pay to earn certain amount in the per share. So there are certain factors like what are its very very basic factors you can check, like what is its revenue, in the sense sales, how are the sales growing year on year, what is its profit year on year, is it taking so much debt. All these things you have to think before picking a stock. So you have to make a portfolio of stocks which is not less than 8 and not more than 10. 8 to 10 stocks will be a very good balanced portfolio. So if you are consistently making this investment year on year at the rate of 20%, you would be in a very great position, in the sense for every 4 years you will be doubling your money. So that is a very good expectation you can have. All right. Uh, So also like if you see other, if you compare India with other countries, right now India is actually developing. It's in a growth stage. So we can easily get 18 to 20% uh, with you need not put a lot of efforts to find a stock. So and another pro for stock markets is like if you compare it with fixed deposits or real estate or gold investments, like this is at least 2 to 3x but gives better returns than all these investments that I mentioned. So actually the stock market is one of the most rewarding investment options. And yeah, so that's all with the returns that you can expect. And then next comes, what is the minimum investment you need to start off with? So you can actually start off with as little as 100 rupees or less. The important thing here is that it doesn't matter how much you start with, but how consistent you are with your investments and how much return you are making from the investment. That's what matters a lot. Example, like assume you are starting off your investment with say 1,000 rupees per month. So if you calculate this 1,000 rupees per month on a year basis, you will be spending 12,000 rupees, and in the second year, assume you are increasing your investment by 15%. That is uh, 1,150 rupees per month. So on a year basis, it will be 13,800. So if you are investing uh, investing 1,000 rupees per year, on the first year it will be 12,000, and your second year it will be 13,800, and year on year you keep on increasing 15% and expect the rate of return of 15% every year. So if you keep on doing this for 25 years at the rate of 15% increment in your investment, and returns on your investment, that which is 15%, you will be touching 1 crore in 25 years. So from this, what you have to derive is the consistency is the key. So you need not have a return on investment which is like 50%, 60%, which is not really ideal. Even if you see world's richest investor Warren Buffett, his CAGR lies between 18 to 20%. His entire wealth is made in the last 20% of his life. So you should have realistic expectations from the market. So that is what I wanted to talk about, minimum investment that you need to do. You can, like as I mentioned, you can start with less than 100,000. Would we are all like we are all in a position to afford at least 1,000 rupees. If you are starting with 1,000 rupees, that would be an amazing thing. Coming to next part of the session, that is how to start investing. What is the process involved? So it's a very simple process, no complexities involved at all. You just need three documents, which are Aadhaar card, PAN card, and bank account to get started. And obviously, the Aadhaar card should be linked with your phone number. That is the minimum thing. And the whole process is done online. There are many online discount brokerage firms in which you can open your demat account. So why I said the discount brokerage, because like the charges are almost nil if you are investing, but there is an entire gameplay that is happening for trading. In trading, you will be charged a lot. The transaction fees, government tax, stamp duty. There are n number of other charges that are involved. But if you are investing, the charges that you will incur will be like minimum, like almost tending to zero, like it's 0.001, like almost nothing. You won't be spending at all if you are investing in the sense you bought a stock today, it got delivered into your account, and then you are selling it after at least 4 5 days or whatever, and that is called investing. Trading in the sense, in intraday trading in the sense, you are trading in a particular day. If you're trading in a particular day, the charges will be very very big. The Sometimes if you're trading and I mean like buying and selling at the uh, higher pace, the charges will be astronomical. You cannot even expect how the charges would be. So if you are investing, the charges will be very minimal, as I told you. So uh, once you are done with your KYC, it may take as less as 1 hour to 3 days, depending on which broker you choose. Uh, your account will be I mean like activated, and then you can start trading. So the famous brokerages are like Upstocks, Grow, Zerodha, etc. So personally, I would use Zerodha because it's user friendly and its interface is amazing. That's all. Like once the account is activated, you can start investing. Now coming to the next part of the session, that is how do stock markets work. So I've already gave you the example of the friend who wanted to make the electric car, right? So he started working on the project, and then you are one of the his partners. So there'll be a point where he really need more money to manufacture more electric cars to make it big and expand into several other cities. Correct. So there'll be a limitation point where you and your friends cannot actually provide more money than the what is the limit that you have reached. So obviously you need to figure out what are the other sources I can go out with. You can go to an investor like a venture capital, or you can go out and take a loan. But the ideal way of raising money could be going out, going to the public. Go to public and tell your business idea. Whoever is interested can actually invest into your idea, which is nowadays we are seeing there are so many IPOs that are happening. IPO is basically initial public offering. The company actually is going out and telling their idea, so people could invest the money into the company in which in return the company would give you ownership to the part ownership to the person who is investing into it, right? So that's it. Once the so assume your friend have been to public, and then he received some amount of investment, and then he started working. He invested that money into the making the electrical flying cars, right? He started working, but whoever have invested into this company actually wanted emergency, like there have been an emergency situation in his family and they wanted some money. That person who invested into this company cannot go back to the company and ask, give me this money, I have some emergency situation. That is impossible, because your friend actually started investing this money into manufacturing the electrical car, which cannot be stopped anymore. So now we have a platform where several people who own this stock, I mean, like stock or the ownership, will be given a platform to buy or sell stocks depending upon their needs. So some people might believe in your friend saying his company will raise. Some people might not believe in your friend, they might sell. So this is a platform this is how the stocks go, prices rise up or down depending upon the volume. I mean, like volume in the sense demand and supply. That's it. So this is how the stock market works. That's how the prices go up or down. Coming to the next part of the session is the most important thing, that are resources. Um, uh, it is very famous saying that books are our very good best friends. So I personally started learning about stock markets from the books itself. So the main I'll be telling you basic books like, you can start off your journey with basic books such as Rich Dad or Poor Dad. It can be a 1 week read, depending upon your speed, and then you can actually understand the mechanics of how money works and how your mindset should be, or attitude towards money. That will set you towards how to look at finances. The second book, if you want to learn about the broad overview and complete knowledge of stock markets, which is basic, that is Learn to Earn. You can try a book called Learn to Earn, which is written by Peter Lynch. He's one of the very good fund managers in the previous decades. So that is another book. If you want to get a bit more advanced, then you have to try out this very bible of uh, investment, written by Benjamin Graham. The man himself, Warren Buffett, have read it, and he applies uh, the principles that are learned in the book throughout his life, and that is the book which reflects his success. The book is The Intelligent Investor. These three books can actually get you started. I hope this session brought you enough confidence to start investing.